To the oblivious audience member, it may just be 20 feet, but for those struggling to make it, it is more like 1,000 feet. 20 Feet from Stardom, it's a documentary that brings the backup singers from some of the greatest bands ever, front and center. It features some great interviews from legends like Mick Jagger, Bruce Springsteen, and Stevie Wonder who talk about their experience with backup singers and how they contribute to the overall image and sound of the group. And I got some info about this lifestyle that really shocked me. Call me ignorant, but I did not know that backup singers went from band to band. I thought they just found one and stuck with it. Not the case, apparently. Much like any crew member on a film, and in this case more like the DP, a lot of them go from director to director and just rack up the credits. I learned a lot from this film, and despite having only been to one concert in my life thus far, that being a Neil Diamond concert, I have grown to appreciate the backup singers that much more. The women they interviewed talked a lot about expectation and how to present themselves despite not being in the spotlight. The sound editing is, I think, this film's biggest strength. You have interviews and music overlaid, but one never steals from the other. It's a very nice balance. The interviews themselves are very insightful and give you an idea of what the various roads backup singers can go down are like. A lot of them branch out and try to be solo artists, which is great, but it doesn't always work. Some of them started families and that didn't go so well. The children had to be sent to the parents to be taken care of and the bills just stacked up. Those that stayed single, however, still try and remain a name despite all the newbies that are hitting the streets. It is a fierce competition, but those who truly love it just because they know this is what they were born to do stick with it and do whatever comes their way. And just like filmmaking, that's how you do it. Some of the interviews are shot a little too close to the subject, and oftentimes the B-roll is not of the highest quality. But that sometimes simply cannot be helped, so not as big of a deal. There's a couple spots where the film felt like it was finishing up, but then it just kept on going, which was fine because I was into the material, but it just felt like this film had a hard time deciding when to stop. I think the target audience for this film is musicians, and actually more wannabe musicians. But there's also an audience for those who just love listening to music and those who love documentaries. And I think because of the songs and voices showcased in this film, it would really be a shame not to view this in cinemas if you had the chance. So if you love music on any level whatsoever, which I'm assuming you must, go check it out. I give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you very much for your time. Have an awesome day.